Hello students, I guess we are live now. I'll be starting with my another session of 10 expected question series for IBPS SO Marketing 2019. Just hold, I'll just share it on Telegram. Yeah, okay. So we will be starting up with the this lecture. Okay. So now, okay. These questions, let me tell you, these questions are kind of taken from all of the syllabus and proportionately have included in these videos. So these are expected questions which can come in the IBPS SO marketing exam for the marketing officer. Yeah, right. So let's get started. Now, the first question is like skimming price for a new product is. Now, the answer will be high initial price. Okay, you can also give the answers, but it is already highlighted. Here, I forgot to, unhighlight or unbold these questions. So now, okay, skimming price for a new product. So it is high initial price. So let me tell you what is skimming price policy strategy. It is basically a strategy where when a product has to be launched, the price for the product is kept high, and once the product penetrates, not penetrate, sorry, it's just when first in the introduction of the product the price is kept high. Okay, once the product is bought up by the high salaried or higher income class groups, or whatever the people who can afford the product, then the price then we lower the price. Okay, this is the I have already told you before also. iPhone is the classic example for this price skimming strategy, where when iPhone any new product of iPhone is launched, the price is kept very high usually. Okay, and once the product makes the market, or survives in the market, the price the low it the usually the price is lower down. So iPhone can be the example here. And price skimming is usually for the premium product. Okay, this has to be kept in mind. Usually, for the premium products, price skimming strategy is used. So, the answer to this question is high initial price. Initially, the price is high in the skimming price. Okay. now, now next is question two, where it is the mass communication with customers or potential customers, usually through paid public media, is known as. So now, publicity, sales promotion, advertising, and public relations. We will see all of these answers. Okay, the explanation for these. You might get confused between publicity, sales promotion, and public relation. And advertising will stand out because it is totally different. But in publicity, sales promotion, and public relation, we'll see to it. The names are quite confusing here. So let's see that. Now, advertising is, as we all know, is a paid form of non-personal presentation. Like nothing is in personal, but it is but we have to pay for it, and where the mass population see the promotion of the goods and services is there. Okay, so that is what advertising is. It is a paid form where we have to pay for the advertisements that we want to give regarding the goods and services. Okay. Now next is sales promotion. Sales promotion is nothing but like to promote the sales, we offer some coupons or like samples or like anything like rebate we give, discount we give. That is just for the sales promotion, that is incentive based. Okay, and it is very short term, and it is we don't have to pay for the sales promotion, and it is not like it is paid in some other sense, but we don't have to exactly incur the some cost for the sales promotion. Instead we what we utilize the incentives as coupons, deals, samples, rebate is there, discount is there, things like that. So that is what comes under the sales promotion. Okay. Now next is personal selling. Personal selling is basically selling, as the name says, selling as personally, which can be like door to door sales can be there, sales people that are hired, travel agents that are hired. So all of these things that is included in the personal selling, where we sell door to door. Okay. And there is um one on one communication with the like a seller and the buyer. So they have one on one communication with the personal selling. Next is public relation. Now what is public relations? Basically whenever we are new broadcasting, or there are events that are happening, like news broadcast can be there, or stories like where the journalists are required to break like to communicate. Okay, so that is what public relations is. Okay. So it is another form of advertising. Okay, and it does not include any paid thing. It includes, but generally advertising is referred to as paid form of non-personal presentation. And next is last is direct marketing, where marketing is done directly how? Via telephone, email, good old snail mail, for example. Like okay, so where the marketing is done directly as in directly, we are getting linked to, or getting uh, attached, or getting in a connection to our customers. That is what direct marketing is. So now answer to this question is advertising. Okay, because here it is the paid form, and the mass communication with the customers is there, and usually paid public media is advertising. Okay, all of these are not right. Okay. Now third question is dash helps in preventing others to copy in marketing. Now here here with all the options, I need to tell you about all the single option, and then you will able to, and this is anyways very easy question, you might be able to guess that. Anyways, this is already marked as the answer, trademark is our answer, but I will tell you each of these terms. Okay. So now, what is brand? Brand is basically, it can be a name, it can be a term, it can be a design, symbol, or any other feature that identifies one seller's goods or services distinct from other sellers. Like if I am a brand, I will be like recognized as a distinct from other pieces. Okay. Or if anything can be a brand, right? Now here, next is labeling. Labeling is basically the product, whatever the display is there in the product, that is what label is. It can be contents that contain information on the container. Okay, and the labeling helps the product to stand out in the market. This is to be kept in the mind. It helps the product to stand out in the market. Okay, and labeling is something, whatever the display of the product is a label. Okay, whereas a trademark can also be a name, word, phrase, symbol, logo, design, or a picture. Trademark can be anything out of these, but this trademark, if it is registered, then this trademark cannot be used by any other company or any other brand, okay, using that same name, word, phrase, symbol, logo, design, or a picture. That becomes a trademark. Okay. Lastly, what is packaging? Packaging, again, whatever the product is, the wrapping of the material that the consumer is offered, the material in the packaged, that's it can be like to protect the product or to display, to describe whatever that is contained in the product. The outer covering is the packaging of the product. Okay. It is obviously to market the product, because it will be easy if the product is packaged, it will be easy to deliver also, and market product also, and also to keep it clean. Okay. So now the answer again, what helps in preventing others to copy in marketing is trademark. Now I need know now, if a trademark, if a particular company has its own trademark and another company is using that, is copying the same thing, then that is what trademark is. They cannot copy. That is what prevent others to copy. So that is this is done by trademark. Okay, this is trademark. Now again, this chapter, market segmentation, this question is important. This chapter is important, and basically all of these questions are kind of important, and you have to you can get many of the questions from these series, and you should not miss any of it. Now this question, let's see that the segmentation of markets based on the gender of the customer is a type of out of these. Now here, this gender, now gender of the customer is the part of demographic segmentation. That is our answer, and all the categories are explained here. You can see it later on, pause the video, you can see it afterwards. Okay, and you can take a screenshot also if you want. This was already covered in another video also, and this is important kind of, so you can you have to do it very well. Okay. So there are four segmentation, the divisions, four divisions are there, where demographic segmentation is what it is: according to age, race, religion, gender, family size, ethnicity, income, education. These are all parts of demographic segmentation. And this is what the customers, this is from market segmentation. Market segmentation is what all about. Market is segmented or you divided into some here like four parts. Okay, according to demography, geography, psychography, and socio-cultural thing. Okay. So accordingly, the market is divided, and the customers are like similarly divided into these groups. So demography consists of all of these segmentation basis, that is age, race, religion, gender, family size, ethnicity, income, and education. Okay, whereas geographic segmentation, what is that? Like it is basically where the customer is residing, where the target audience is. So whatever the different preferences on the base of location of the customer is what geographic segmentation is. Okay. Now third one is psychographic segmentation, where the market is divided into segments based on the personality traits. Okay. Psychographic is what? The psychology, whatever the personality or the psychology of the consumer says. What are the values of the consumer? What are the attitude of the consumer towards particular thing? What are the interests of the consumer or the lifestyle of the consumer? That is all part of what? Psychographic segmentation. Okay. And accordingly, the market segmentation, accordingly the product is designed. Okay. And then lastly, socio-cultural segmentation. It is basically related to groups, social groups or cultural groups, okay, that share the same values, beliefs. Okay. Socio-cultural segmentation can also be there according to values, beliefs, and attitudes of the people that interact with each other. Okay, so that's all for this question. So our answer for the gender thing is demographic segmentation. Okay, let's see the fifth question, that is for like who formulated the agenda setting theory which fortifies the power of media in setting the agenda among the audience or consumers. Now this line is basically based on for this agenda setting theory, and which is basically like it is which this theory was formulated by Maxwell and Shaw, and this is our answer. Okay, now let me tell you what is agenda setting theory. We'll see that here. Now as the name says, now the media, the news media has the, according to this theory, the news media has the ability to influence the like the opinions of the people based on public agenda. Okay, so that is what agenda came from, that whatever the news media is, whatever the this news basically play a very important, very integral part in the shaping of the political realities. So these news things are they set an agenda and they have ability to influence the people. So that is what agenda setting theory, it focuses basically on the ability of media, that they can have their voice for the issues like may whatever that is relevant. Okay, so they can set up the agenda, and they plays very important a role in shaping the political realities, that is they can play very important role in politics as well. So that was developed by Max McCombs and Donald Shaw. Okay, now so you know the answer now. And okay, let's move on to next question, which is the collective perception and impression people have formed about an organization, its products, or its services is known as what? So let me tell you that whatever the brand is, okay, whatever the perception or the impression that people or the customer in the market have about a particular product or service of a brand, okay, that is what is called a brand image. Okay, the perception of or the impression of people is called about a particular brand is brand image, whereas brand value is brand a kind of whatever the recognition or the brand the value of a brand, that is what brand value is. And we will see in detail okay, here you can see that what brand equity is basically value of a brand. Okay, so brand equity is a value that a well known brand has. Okay, and the idea behind this is like whatever according to the customers, they believe that a well known brand is more better than the less well known brands. So it is basically what brand value is or a brand equity is, whatever the value a particular brand has is a brand equity. Okay, in simpler terms. Now, what is brand architecture? It is a system where a brand is organized, products and services, and whatever the like all the things of the brand that has to be organized so that audience can access and relate to a brand. That is all brand architecture is about. Okay, and what is brand image? Again, I told you what that whatever the customers think about a particular brand is the brand image, the impression, the opinion of a brand is brand image. So next is brand attributes. Brand attributes, as the name says, the characteristics of the brands, whatever the physical or personality aspects, whatever the bundle, the whole bundle of a brand that it has to offer to the customers is brand attitude. Okay, it helps in creating brand identity. Okay, now seventh question is, Tom goes to a vending machine, deposits 50 pence and receives a cola. Here 50 pence, pence is basically plural form of penny. Penny is rupees. You can take that. It's a currency, okay? So Tom goes to a vending machine, deposits 50 pence and receives a cola. Which one of the following aspects of definition of marketing is focused on here? Like which definition of marketing is focused on here? You all know that there are many marketing concepts, okay, and like production concept, selling concept, a product concept, exchange concept, like that. So out of these, which of the concept is being referred to here? So the answer is exchange concept. And how? Let's see that. Now, what the production concept says, that whatever that the consumer will prefer the products that are widely available and inexpensive. So that is what production concept is, and they focus basic major focus in the production concept is high production efficiency, low cost, and mass distribution. So this is what production concept is. Exchange concept, now let's see this. That It says that exchange of a product between the seller and buyer is the central idea of the marketing. So if a buyer wants to buy a product, there will be an exchange. So that is where what Tom did. He paid the money, got the cola. That is what it was. Exchange of the product was there. Whereas the product concept, it says that the product, that consumer will favor only the product if they are of superior quality, better performance, and innovative features are there. So it was nothing like that shown in that example. Tom just paid 50 pence and got a cola. So that is what it is referring to, the exchange concept only. So the answer will be exchange concept. Okay, and there was no satisfaction of organizational goals here. There's no point of this like this option. Okay, let's move on to eighth question. That is, a dash is the difference between customer expectations, whatever that customer expects, and whatever the customer perceptions are, customers views are. Okay, so whatever the customer expects, or whatever the customer views are, that is what this customer gap is our answer. So our answer is customer gap, right? So now let me tell you all the other terms also, customer delight and satisfaction as well. Here the answer will be customer gap. Okay, just hold. Now, okay, customer satisfaction. What is customer satisfaction? Customer satisfaction is just, as you know, that whatever the products or services are being offered, whether the customers are happy about the products, services that are there, that they are being offered or not. That is what customer satisfaction is. Whereas customer delight, what is that? It is a step higher than the satisfaction. Customer, when a customer is delighted, is it is basically what the customer has expected. He is receiving more than his or her expectation. That is further creating a positive emotional attachment of the customer towards the product or service. So it also, if there is the customer is highly delighted with the product or service, it can also lead to word of mouth. Now you will ask me, what is word of mouth? Word of mouth is whatever that being the promotion thing. Okay, if the customer is liking some product or service, he will further promote your product by telling people about the product or a service that he is delighted about. So it is basically a step higher than the customer satisfaction. Okay, customer gap, as I already told you, whatever the difference between what customer is expecting and whatever the perception of the customer is, the gap between that is customer gap. Okay, now let's move on to ninth question. A person who ultimately determines any part or whole of the buying decision is called dash. Now, a person, who is that person that ultimately determines that this is what he has to buy in the when a person is buying something, a person who ultimately determines, at the end, who decides, that is what the decision of the decider is. So it is decider is our answer. Okay, let me tell you all, this is a kind of, there are many people involved in this buying decision. Let me tell you all of these. Now, for example, if you want to buy something, and like a watch. Okay, so you are here, an initiator, that a person who first suggests the idea of buying a particular product or service. Here, a person who will suggest that we need this, or I want to buy this, that person is the initiator in the buying decision. Okay, so then somebody at your house, at your home, suggested that you should buy this watch or this particular design. Okay, and that person is your influencer, influencing you to buy a particular product. That is a person whose views or advice carry some weight in making the final buying decision. Let's say your sister or your brother is telling you to buy something, or your father says to buy a particular brand or to go for particular design. So that is what influencer is. Okay, and then finally, the decider. Who is the decider? The person, that can be a same person who initiated also, and also the influencer can be a decider also. Like, you buy this. Okay, you decided to buy the particular product. Okay, so that is what a decider is. It can be altogether some different person, the third person also, who is deciding for you that you buy this one. And then lastly, what is buyer? The person who makes the actual purchase is buyer. So ultimately, who is by making the buying decision is the decider. Here the answer therefore will be decider. Okay, now last question is, all human factors who play a part in service delivery and thus influence the buyer's perception, namely the firm's personnel, the customers, and the other customers in the service. So all of these people are what? Marketing mix are what about? This is all about the people. Okay, all the human actors. So those are what? People, not physical evidence, not process, not place. So the answer is people. Also, if you want to see it in detail, it is very easy. 7 P's of marketing mix. So places, whatever where your target consumer find it easiest or convenient place to buy a product. It can be offline also, online also. So place, that is what place is. Process, whatever the flow of activities are there, that is there in from the production to the final purchase, is the process. Flow of activities is what? Process. And then physical evidence. Whatever here, according to physical evidence, they say whatever the things that are involved in the buying decision or the in marketing, then that is or everything has some physical substance some physical element are involved, be it the like PDFs, be it anything soft copy or something. So that is also according to them a physical evidence. So accordingly, if you buy a product from a like from an online platform, and you get a receipt, that can be in the form of soft copy that you receive in your mail. So that is also a physical evidence according to this aspect of marketing, this marketing mix. Okay, physical evidence. And then lastly, people. All those people who are involved in the this marketing thing, from the production to the purchase, are all people. Okay, so these are what? People. So the answer to this question is people. Okay, so that is all, students. I hope that you understood all of the questions. And now here you can also buy our course at bankexamstoday.com, where the video classes will be there, and 10 full length tests for prelims, and for mains 5 mock tests are there, live sessions are there. And also you can you have the well analyzed surgery material at here at Bank Exams Today. And we will be covering all of your syllabus. So you can buy a course, and you can go to learn.bankexamstoday.com. All the links are available in the description box. You can check all those links. And you can also like this video if you haven't liked it yet. So also subscribe to the channel. Also, it is very important, follow us on Telegram. Bank Exams Today is the Telegram channel that you can follow, where you will get latest updates about all the upcoming videos or lectures, courses, or whatever that is happening here at Bank Exams Today. So these are the students who has cracked the IBPS SO marketing officer exam last year. So that's all. I hope you like the video. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.